Sitting here talking with Dean Finnerty as we round things out from the Shawn Dubie Memorial Rodeo 2024 version. And Dean, great rodeo for the Golden Eagles, not just as a team, but just the performance overall and the way that the environment was for everybody that came here. You got to be proud just overall in the way things went and ran smooth.
Oh yeah, the rodeo went really well. Kids worked their butts off to make this the best we could, and I was pleased with it all the way through. The ground was good, the cattle were good, all the stock was good, and our kids did well on top of it.
We talk about the good stock, and that jumps right into our first guy that we're going to talk about, Tate Miller in Bareback. I'll tell you what, man, he is on a little bit of a run. I think he's rode 6 straight, maybe 7 straight now. He's ridden 7 out of 8. Just fantastic, and keeps getting better each week, and that's got to be something that really builds momentum for him.
Oh, it does. He did the same thing last year. He came on strong towards the end, and we had a good year last year, and it looks to be even better this year. So I'm pleased, and I'm glad he's doing well.
When you have a rider too that is critical, might be the wrong word, but takes that time to self-reflect on what they need to improve on instead of just trying to do the same things. He's one of those guys that's not afraid to tweak things.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. He's trying to get better every day, and it's fun to watch.
We'll wrap it up with that side of things, and he ends up finishing top 4 over in the Bareback side of things. But the big story, Gage Davis in steer wrestling. I mean, fantastic performances by him. 3 Golden Eagles making it back to the short go in steer wrestling, but Gage took advantage of his opportunities, ends up coming away with the whole thing.
Oh, he did a good job. He went and found out about that steer, knew he didn't leave real hard, so he gave him a little extra, and they just made a nice, solid little run and ended up winning the short round, so it was really cool.
Does it help? You're a former steer wrestler. Does it help sometimes when you start seeing times pick up as the round goes on and gets you a bit more focused on it? Or what's that like when you see, from experience for you, what's it like when you see somebody put a fast time ahead of you that you need to beat?
Well, I mean, it depends on the person. A lot of people put too much pressure on themselves and things won't go right. Gage handled it really well. He just backed in there and made the best possible run on the steer he drew today, and it worked out really well.
He almost makes it back in tie down. A couple of Golden Eagles did make it back in tie down. Corey, a little bit of a tough go, and his side of things just didn't necessarily get the loop right. But Gray, he's proof that you make it back and anything can happen. A 10.4 in the first go, 10.3 in the second go, and ends up coming away with points.
Yeah, he did good. Really did. So it was a good weekend for him. He used his head. Corey just missed a calf. That happens. But he had a pretty good weekend overall.
Women's side of things, a little bit slower for them. Had actually some good names make it back as far as the performances go, but Cassidy Dunnigan shows that consistency continues to pay off. College rodeo is sometimes just about putting a good, solid run together each time.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I mean, if you tie everything down or get a score on everything, they're going to pay you in the average about every weekend. It's a matter of getting scores on everything you run.
When you talk a little bit about how this builds up, seeing the points starting to build up and seeing the kids starting to worry about that, do you like the kids thinking about how many points they have up in those standings, or would you rather kind of just rodeo by rodeo and once you get to the final rodeo maybe start taking a peek at things?
You know, it's up to them. Everybody handles that pressure differently. A lot of people don't like to watch it, and I'm okay with that because it'll take care of itself either way, whether you watch it or you don't.
Wrap it up with this Lamar coming up. What are you looking forward to about that final rodeo of the fall, and what do you like what do you like about the wintertime and time to work with the kids and kind of relax a little bit more then?
I'm not looking forward to Lamar. That means the season's gone way too darn fast and we're about done for the fall. So no, I don't like seeing Lamar show up already. But it's been good. I think the kids are on a roll. I think they'll just keep going. We're going to be back outside down there where we came inside here. I don't know if it'll change anything for them, but it'll be fun to be outside one more time before we hit for the wintertime. And I'm looking forward to some good practice over the winter and getting everybody just making better decisions and making some good runs.
Well, I know it's a pretty good arena that they got down there, so should be a good opportunity for them, indoor or outdoor, as this team seems to be clicking along a little bit better, especially on the guys' side. And Dean, you and Vicky are huge credits to what this team do, and thank you guys for everything you guys have done.
You bet. Thank you.
Tate Miller joining us right now as we wrap up the Shawn Dubie Rodeo. And Tate, Bareback, always one of the first events out there, kind of sets the tone for the team sometimes. You set the tone really well on the short go today. Another 73, 2 73s on rides. Those are your best 2 scores of the season so far. How'd it feel to kind of really peak not peak, but get your best scores at the home rodeo?
It feels good, kind of big confidence booster. So,
you said that you've been kind of working on adjusting some things as the season's gone on. Where have you seen your performances improve the most this year?
I've definitely improved a lot on kind of trying to stay up under my rigging and working with my feet a lot better. So
you ended up getting at least 4th, maybe 3rd in the average, 3rd in the second go, 4th in the first go. When you start seeing consistency like that start stacking up, as a rough stock guy, how does that help you going forward, especially once you hit that winter break?
Really helps you kind of realize you're doing the same thing, like you're staying consistent, and you can pick apart what you're doing wrong on those rides and help to improve on that. So
On that note, 7 of 8 you've ridden so far on the season in the first rodeo, and bareback, that's a feat in itself. How is the confidence improving for you so far this year, and even added on to how you did in the summer, because I know you had a pretty good summer season?
Yep. Just kind of goes back to that consistency thing, kind of boosts your confidence knowing that you're riding consistent, like helping, or you can ride whatever they run in under you, I guess.
Well, Tate, great job this weekend. Congratulations on getting another good finish, and hopefully we'll see that improvement continue on as you go into the second half of the year.
Thank you.
Wrapping things up here with Gage Davis, as easily the best performance for the Golden Eagles at the rodeo, and that's not a slight to anybody else here, but ends up winning the rodeo, ends up winning all the goes as well, and the average, well, splitting the first go with a former Golden Eagle. But Gage, how did it just feel to get out there and really show off in front of the home crowd?
Oh, it felt pretty dang good. There's no better feeling than a tight short go like that, and everybody's making good runs, and just know that your competition is the steer you got to run. Just kind of let it all hang out, see what happens. It was pretty fun.
That's a great segue, because Rhett comes out, throws a 4.8, and looks like, okay, fastest time of the rodeo, man, it's going to be tough to beat. Were you even thinking about that? Did you even hear his time, or were you just kind of focused on you?
I was watching. I don't know. I'm always going to cheer for anybody else, especially I'm good friends with Rhett. I was happier than heck that he had that good of a run on that steer. It was cool. I was happy for him, but it was also a deal like, well, why not me? I guess I'll just try my hand at it and see how it goes. But yeah, I was happy for Rhett. It was cool. Very good run for sure.
You've started to stack some points up as well in steer wrestling now, and are starting to put yourself up into the top. And I know steer wrestling is one of those that it's one of the more wild in terms of standings. You'll see a lot of changes go on, but how much does this help you going into the second half of the year and even into Lamar?
Just, I don't know, any point you can put toward your name definitely helps, but just not saying you can't make some leeway in the spring, but any points you win here, it's just that much of a jump start. You can hit the spring season on a roll. It helps a ton. Just any momentum you can pick up with any run that you got is well worth it.
You've been doing pretty good in most of your events too. Still kind of just missing out in calf roping on a couple of times, but when you see you're putting times down and you're not necessarily missing calves or missing steers, how does that help you with momentum? Does that build some momentum when you know you're just missing one or two things you got to tweak?
Oh, absolutely. Any momentum killers, yeah, major mistakes, missing. I mean, I do it all too often. But no, just the little mistakes, just going and making a run. And yeah, I was 4/10 off of making short round on the calf roping, but I don't know. You can still take a lot of positives out of any run. Even a bad run, you can still find a positive that you did and build off of that. Any positive you can build momentum off of is awesome.
Wrap it up with this. 3 days of rodeo here. Huge crowds here at the home arena. I mean, you had over 1,000 people in both the Friday and Saturday goes. Probably over 500 people here today for the short go, which is with limited people that are left from the contestants. What's that make you feel as far as the community coming up to support you guys as a team?
Oh, it's awesome. You get this place packed with as many people we had almost every performance. It reminds you of kind of a big scale rodeo. It's just cool. The atmosphere, you can hardly hear yourself talk to one another over in front of the chutes, stuff like that. It's cool. It's the atmosphere, everything about it. Seeing the different teams from around the college coming and support us too. It's pretty neat.
Well, I know you guys put a lot of work into this as well, making sure this runs as athletes. So thank you guys for all the work you guys put in. Congratulations on a great rodeo for you, and
Thank you.
good luck as you get ready for Lamar in the second half.
Cool. Thank you. Thanks for doing this.